There is 0 videos that the government submitted in response to all of these declarations, in response to the videos which show that federal officers are opening fire on crowds and discharging volleys of pepper balls and shooting tear gas indiscriminately at people who are not posing any threat to them. And I would just give you one example if you want to go back and look at the record carefully. Mr. Sharman, who's the government's witness, in paragraph 15 of his declaration, talks about an event on June 7th where the government comes out of the building and the crowd is supposedly throwing Molotov cocktails at them and chunks of concrete and rocks and fireworks. But we actually have a video of that very moment in time in the declaration of Lexis Olivier Ray, who's one of our plaintiffs. This is at paragraph 19 of his declaration, and you can see them exiting the building and nobody is throwing anything at them. And in fact, you can just see that they're standing about 50 feet away from the federal agents so that they wouldn't even be a threat of throwing anything. And then at that point, you see a massive discharge of firepower at this crowd. And there's tear gas being shot in the air. You can hear the rat-a-tat of the pepper balls. You can, and then going on to that declaration in the incident report that the government submitted as Exhibit 2 to Mr. Sharman's declaration, they say that they chased violent rioters up the street. But what you can see in the video in paragraph 27 of Mr. Ray's declaration is that the government is shooting at him and he's yelling out on press, and there's a skirmish line of about 30 officers proceeding forward, and you don't really see this whole violent crowd of protesters. And in fact, if you look at the next video that he includes at paragraph 31 of his declaration, you can see reporters with big tripods and clunky cameras trying to run from being shot at by federal officers who are just shooting at them. There's not a protester in the video, and you can't even see a piece of federal property. The through line is that they're shooting people and tear gassing people who are peaceful, who are not posing an imminent threat of harm to law enforcement. And that's what this injunction does, is it says if there's an imminent threat to law enforcement, you're allowed to use force, you're allowed to use less lethals, you're allowed to use the tools in your toolkit